Hello world, I'm Attila. Today I will talk about The Outliers, the story of success book. And this was a book about the factors that contribute to the success of some people. And the general argument was that if you want to understand what the factors of the people, it's of course the person and the individual is important, but even more important is the culture and the opportunity that they had. And you must understand the culture that he or she comes from, who their friends and families were, and what towns their families came from. So this background and upbringing matters a lot. For example, successful hockey players tend to be born during the beginning of the year. I think there is 40% chance that a successful elite hockey player will be born during the first 3 months of the year. And that's because the selection in the school hockey teams happens on the 1st of January. So the hockey player who is born on the 3rd of January have a full year to grow and be stronger and taller than his classmates. And in this selection, usually the strongest and the tallest people are selected. So these hockey players tend to have a lot more practice because they are selected in the school hockey teams. And then because they have more practice, they will be selected into elite hockey teams. So they have a head start because they were born earlier. Of course, it's not impossible to become a great hockey player, but you have less chance if you are born in December. So the systems we set up are not very efficient in weighting these. So people who are born earlier have a much higher chance. And another factor is that you need 1000 hours to master a field. So if you want to invest in a lot of energy in your field, you need the support of your parents. You cannot be poor, because if you are poor, you have to work instead of practicing your field. So you must have great opportunities. So for example, an elite hockey player might get into a training program for elite hockey players. So they have a lot more time to practice. So they have these great opportunities, which not everyone has. And IQ is overrated, it says. And IQ is a threshold. It's not the more you have, the better. Of course, that's the case, but after you have hit a certain amount, the difference doesn't matter as much. So for example, Einstein famously had a 150 IQ, and some Langen people had a 198. So he had a 30% more IQ, but still he wasn't even as near as successful as Einstein. So your mind, the fertility of your mind to be able to absorb information, and your morals to be willing to invest in the time and energy to master your field matter a lot more. And also the luck factors. So for example, it talked about the practical intelligence thing. And practical intelligence is knowing what to say to whom, knowing when to say it, and knowing how to say it for maximum effort and for maximum effect. And this practical intelligence is not a genetic thing. It is taught to you by your parents, and you can acquire it by real world experience in the real world. So your parents matter a lot. So this is another luck factor. And then it talked about Bill Gates, for example. He was very lucky because he had the skill he had been working on for years that was suddenly very valuable. So he was learning how to program computers throughout many years during his university and his school years. And then suddenly the internet happened, and this skill became very valuable. So there are these opportunity windows. If you are born in that part of the history and you were learning, you went into the right school which had computers and you learned that computers because you were interested in it, then it's like a great opportunity and you will be successful. And hard work is a prison sentence only if you don't love your work. So you have to invest hard work to be successful. But it's said that you must love your work. And a great quote of Naval Ravikant, you must find work that feels play to you but work to others. So this is a quote from the book of the Almanac of Naval Ravikant book. I will link it in the description and it's on the screen now. It's a great book. I would definitely advise you to read it. So another thing is the importance of the culture. So it matters where you are from, not just in the terms where you grew up or where your parents grew up, but in the terms of where your great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents grew up. So this cultural legacy matters a lot. Each of us has an individual personality, but overlaid on top of that are tendencies and assumptions and reflexes handed down to us by the history of the community we grew up in. So let's see an example. Asian people, like they had a real hard past when they had to work very hard throughout generation on rice paddies. So it's a very hard physical work. And they had this, the culture places the highest emphasis on effort and hard work. And this hard work makes people successful. That's why Asian students and pupils are very successful in maths, because they have this culture and they tend to invest in a lot of time and energy and effort into master their fields. So this book was very interesting. I think background matters a lot, but I think you shouldn't read it. I think I made a great summary out of it. So thank you for coming in. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow my podcast if you are interested in stuff like this. I create videos every day from a book that I read every day, and I share the things that I learned from that book. I also have a Twitter account. You can follow me there, and you can also reach me in the comment section below. So thank you for coming in. Bye bye.